The Galactic Concordance prided itself on order, tradition, and the belief that true power came from ancient bloodlines. For 10,000 cycles, the alien royals of the Concordance had ruled through ceremony rather than strength, trusting treaties, honor guards, and reputation to protect them. Violence was something outsourced to mercenaries or distant fleets, never something expected to stand beside a throne. That was why the assignment of a human bodyguard to Princess Sailora of the Verelian crown was met with polite laughter. Humans were new, loud, short-lived. Useful in labor battalions and frontier wars perhaps, but hardly fit to guard royal blood. Commander Elias Vance stood alone at the center of the grand receiving hall as the court evaluated him like an exotic animal. He wore no decorative armor, no ceremonial blade, no glowing insignia of rank. Just a dark adaptive coat, reinforced boots, and a small silver pin marking him as Terran Defense Forces. No one noticed the microwave plating under his clothing. No one noticed the Neuralink scar at the base of his neck. No one noticed his eyes constantly tracking exits, elevations, and biometric fluctuations in the room. Princess Sailora noticed. She sat on a levitating dais of living crystal, her wings folded tightly behind her back, her expression calm but wary. Verelians were tall, radiant beings, their bioluminescent skin shifting with emotion. Hers flickered faintly, curiosity edged with unease. "Is this truly the human they assigned me?" asked High Regent Corlith, his voice echoing through the chamber. "He carries no royal crest, no honor blade. He carries experience," replied the Concordance liaison, a thin, nervous being who clearly regretted this assignment. "Commander Vance has survived 7 classified theaters, 3 extinction-level conflicts, and—" Yes, Corlith interrupted. "Human wars. Primitive skirmishes with excessive casualties." Vance did not react. He had learned long ago that silence unnerved aliens more than anger. Princess Sailora leaned forward. "Commander Vance," she said, her voice melodic, "what qualifies you to guard the life of a royal?" Vance met her gaze directly, ignoring the sharp intake of breath from the court. Humans were not supposed to make eye contact with Verelian royalty. "I failed once," he said simply. "Never again." The room went silent. After a moment, Corlith laughed. "Very well. Let the human play guard. This will at least entertain us." That laughter would not last. The first attempt came 3 days later. The royal procession traveled through the skybridges of Althrex, a city suspended between clouds and stars. Drones hummed softly and ceremonial guards marched in flawless formation. Everything was perfect. Too perfect. Vance felt it before his implants confirmed it, a distortion in local energy flow, barely measurable but wrong. His hand moved to Sailora's side instantly. "Down," he said. "What?" she began. The bridge exploded. Energy lances tore through the air where she had been standing seconds before. Royal guards screamed, formations shattering as cloaked attackers phased into existence. Zarn raiders, thought extinct for centuries. Before anyone else reacted, Vance had already moved. He lifted Sailora with one arm and ran, his boots slamming into the crystal bridge hard enough to fracture it. A bolt grazed his shoulder, vaporizing part of his coat. He didn't slow. He reached the edge, calculated the drop, and jumped. The court would later say that no sane being would leap 300 meters into open air. Vance adjusted his grip and twisted mid-fall, using his body to shield Sailora as his emergency grav harness deployed at the last possible moment. They slammed onto a lower platform in a shower of sparks. Before the attackers could reorient, Vance turned, drew a compact sidearm from his sleeve and fired. Not wildly. Not emotionally. Each shot precise. Lethal. The raiders fell one by one, their cloaks flickering uselessly as human ballistics tore through alien physiology that had never evolved to handle kinetic weapons. When reinforcements arrived, the fight was already over. Princess Sailora stared at him, her skin glowing a bright, stunned gold. "You jumped?" she whispered. Vance nodded. Threat neutralized. The laughter stopped after that. Over the following weeks, whispers spread through the Concordance. The human didn't sleep like other species. He rested lightly, always aware. The human ate nutrient blocks instead of ceremonial meals. The human never removed his coat. Sailora began speaking with him during quiet hours. At first, she asked polite questions, about Earth, about human customs. Eventually, the questions turned heavier. "Why do humans fight so fiercely?" she asked one evening as they overlooked the city lights. Vance considered. "Because we lose easily," he said. "And we remember it." She studied him. "Your kind carries pain like a weapon." "Pain taught us," Vance replied. "Survival came later." She did not mock him. Instead, she nodded slowly. That was when the second attempt began, not an attack but a betrayal. A Concordance noble, Lord Zethriel, invited Sailora to a peace summit aboard his private orbital spire. It was meant to showcase unity. Vance's implants flagged multiple inconsistencies in the invitation. He objected. The court overruled him. "Paranoia," Corlith declared. "You see threats everywhere, human." Vance went anyway. The spire sealed the moment Sailora entered the central chamber. Shields rose. Weapons powered up. Zethriel smiled. "Apologies, Princess," he said. "Your death will simplify many negotiations." Royal guards froze in shock. Vance did not. He moved faster than any being in the room believed possible. His coat split open as he activated systems long forbidden by the Concordance, combat augmentations designed for wars humanity was never supposed to survive. His bones reinforced. His reflexes accelerated. His nervous system burned white-hot. He became exactly what Earth had forged him to be. The first guard died before he understood what was happening. The second died screaming. Energy blades shattered against Vance's kinetic barrier. He tore through the chamber like a storm given shape. Sailora watched in horror and awe as the human bodyguard dismantled an entire assassination force alone. When it was over, Zethriel lay broken at her feet. Vance knelt. Threat eliminated. Her voice trembled. "What are you?" Vance hesitated for the first time. "A survivor," he said. "From a species that learned peace is protected by those willing to be monsters when necessary." The trial that followed shook the Concordance. They accused Vance of excessive force, of illegal augmentations, of violating sacred protocols. Vance stood silent as they listed crimes. Then Princess Sailora rose. "You mock humans for being violent," she said, her voice echoing through the chamber. "Yet when death came for me, where were your protocols? Your traditions?" She gestured to Vance. This human did not hesitate. He did not bargain. He did not flee. He stood between me and extinction. The court tried to interrupt her. She spread her wings. "I will not be guarded by ceremony," she declared. "I will be guarded by truth. And the truth is this: humans are not weak. They are restrained." Silence followed. High Regent Corlith finally bowed his head. "The human will remain," he said quietly. Months later, as Sailora prepared to return to her homeworld, she stood beside Vance one last time. "Will you return to Earth?" she asked. "Yes," he replied. "Your people will remember this day," she said. "The Concordance will remember." Vance looked out at the stars. "We don't need statues," he said. "Just a chance to stand where it matters." As the ship departed, the alien royal court watched the human figure grow smaller. They had assigned a bodyguard. They had chosen a living weapon. And for the first time in centuries, the galaxy slept a little safer, knowing humanity was no longer underestimated.